It's Monday. Welcome to Nikole Simmons Exposed. So check it out. Here's what I'm kind of battling with today. I'm just sitting here and I'm just kind of thinking about where I'm at in my marriage right now. And like many other people, we have our ups and we have our downs. I've been going through a tough patch in my marriage, and it's simply because of a lot of confusion, right? And confusion becomes very, very heavy, especially when you are a gay or lesbian couple. I mean, let's just state it. I mean, confusion is heavy when you're going through any type of life, change, or there's something different in your life that's not. Either way, even if listen, people go through things. Okay, point blank. Period. Confusion doesn't help the situation at all. Right? So the one thing that you should be able to count on when you're going through confusion is support, correct? Support and guidance, right? So the few things that might be going right in your life, what do you want people to do? Encourage you, correct? You want them to encourage you. You want them to say, hey, listen, look at the great things that you have. Look at the wonderful things that you have, right? You don't want somebody that sees the great things that you have in your life, but discourages it because it's not the way they wanted it to happen. Did y'all catch that? People can cause even more confusion. They become negative outside influences when they discourage positive things going on in your life because you didn't go about the positive things the way they wanted you to. I'm not going to say that again because it should have registered by now, right? What I mean by that is, in my marriage, we've had great years being married, correct? Been married for about 5 years now. Great time, right? But here's the problem that we have. We have negative influences. And what's crazy is a lot of them doesn't even come from friends. A lot of them can come from family. Not necessarily my family. Not necessarily my family. But I'm going to keep it real because this is Nikole Simmons Exposed, right? So my wife's family is very cultured. Very cultured. Great people. Don't mean any disrespect at all. At all. I respect everything about them. Religion, everything. I've shown nothing but respect. But there comes a point when there has to be some type of realization that, plain and simple, she's happy. She's happy. And when someone you love is happy with where they are and where they're headed, the best thing you could do for them is encourage them, especially when they're already considered outside of society's norm. Correct? So why judge the lifestyle that they're living when the lifestyle that they're living benefits them in a way where it creates a positive reshaping of who they are? What I mean by that is, does your daughter have the same thing, or does your son have the same thing they had a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago? Do they seem happier? Were they happy at one point? And now because of the negative influence, I'm not going to say negative influence. Maybe that's a bad term to say. Let's just say negative terms, or the way that you try to describe how they should live their life. First of all, that's the number one mistake. You don't tell people how they should live their life because you see their life going differently. Because it'll what make you happy. At the end of the day, you and you alone face God, right? So if we make decisions based on what we're happy with, and we continue to be the person that you raised, carry out the characteristics, the traits, the values, the morals, everything that you brought us up to have, if we can live those out to our fullest capabilities. But the only difference we have is that sexual orientation that wipes out everything. Everything. That's the problem that people have. That's the problem that people have. It's almost like if I'm at work and I do 10 things outstanding throughout the day, but I do that one negative thing. That's it. I get a write up. Everybody wants to focus on that one negative thing. I got a bad reputation, right? That's not how we should live our lives, and that's not how people should treat us, right? Especially family. Especially family. If I'm living my life right, and I could be the most helpful person to go out here and help 15 homeless people, change 1,500 lives, my sexual orientation should not define who I am and what I do and how I should be happy. So in saying that, let your daughter be happy. Let her make her own decisions. To constantly be in her ear, or even if it's a guy, in his ear, and saying how, oh, you'll be happier with a man. Oh, your life will be more fulfilling with a man. Oh, it's an embarrassment to the family that you're married to a woman. How's that an embarrassment when your daughter's life has drastically changed in a positive way over the years? How is that an embarrassment? Let me ask you, which one would be more embarrassing? You saying, my daughter's in a loving marriage with a wonderful person who treats her right, who does this, who does that, who does this, who does that. And it just so happens she's a woman. Or, my daughter's in an abusive marriage with a man who, treats her like crap, belittles her, beats her, drags her through the mud. But he's a man, though. She's with a man, though. How does that sound? But you're happy, though, right? You're happy. Don't judge other people and don't down other people's lifestyles because they don't meet your expectations of what happiness is. Success does not depend on other people's thoughts and depictions of you. Success ultimately is what you see it to be. I see mine as being wealthy, being in a happy, loving marriage, raising a family. Yes, a family. Your grandchild, this is that. Don't cause confusion. Don't cause confusion. Encourage, guide. If we're going through tough times, encourage. You see we're happy. You see we can keep that happiness. Encourage. They say encourage greatness. If that's what we see in our marriage to be, and that's what we can see it be, and the fact that we've gone through struggles, we're going through struggles, and we're still trying to mend things, that says a lot. So for you to continue to push and push and push, it's not hurting anybody but the person that you love. So it's kind of what I wanted to touch on, but I hope it helps somebody. I hope it, if parents, if you have gay or lesbian children, or if you have children that are just different period, and, you see them happy, or talk to them. Really talk to them and understand. Listen to understand. Don't listen to reply. Okay? Understand where they are and where they're coming from. And remember, it's not about your happiness at the end of the day. You're not walking in their shoes. They are. So encourage them to keep their head high and walk in that path that they're on. And be strong and be happy when they reach the end of that road. Thank you.